Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauranga Govinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauranga Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Pada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Nitai Gora Harudev. Hare Om, Hare Nitya, Hare Om. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Srutarasata Sishimadi Divine This ISKCON Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Srutarasata Sishimadi Divine This Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anand Puri Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Friends, Guru Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyam Radha Kunda Giri Gauravan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Mathura Dham Ki Jai, Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Jamuna Mai Ki Jai, Ganges Mai Ki Jai, Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi, glorious devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glory to Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pujaya Bhuta Dasmati Bhakti Smita Shanti Krishna Pavada Shri Shri Gaura Kavana Sakti Bhakti Smita Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timurandasya Jnana Shavakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Bhagati Swapadantitam.
Maharaj, can you darshan Maharaj? We're not able to see you.
I think I'm having problem with I'm trying to get it, but I'm not getting. That's the problem. I don't know.
Video is not coming.
Yeah.
First you came. When you came, actually, we were able to see you.
Yeah. Even now, I don't know.
Rameswar, anything can be done?
I don't know what to do.
From here, we cannot do anything. Prabhu.
Prabhuji, can we see ask to start video for Maharaj? That option is there against his name? No?
Yeah.
No, no, that is, it is not there. Maharaj
Yeah,
has to,
Maharaj has to on the video. Maharaj video is off. When he
No, look,
started,
there is problem with the camera because it's not showing the camera button against his name. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Exactly.
I checked here, Maharaj, there is no, but initially it came.
Yeah.
That was another device.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's another device, and that person is not opening.
Ajit Prabhu, can you get anything as a technical person?
No, Prabhuji. I was also checking. In other cases, it is showing in start video, but in Maharaj's case, it is not showing that option. So actually, Maharaj's camera is on. That's why
Oh,
we cannot get this. But I think there's some problem in the camera there.
Yes.
no problem. Carry on, Maharaj.
Maharaj, you can
Yeah.
continue. I think we are just.
We got your darshan first.
Yes,
when you came.
Maharaj, we got your darshan and we would like to hear from you.
Yeah.
Maharaj,
Okay.
please.
We will see your eyes in the ears. Eyes has got ears. Ears has got eyes.
Okay. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 4. Sati quit her body. Text number 1. Maitreya Uvacha Etabadukta Virama Shankara Padnyanganasam Upayatra Chintayan Sukritishu Parisankita Bhavan Niskramati Nirviksati Dividasa Maitreya Uvacha Etavad Ukta Virarama Sankara Padnya Angana Samhi Ubhayatra Chintayan Suhridrikshu Parishankita Bhavan Niskrama Nirvisati Vivachasa Maitreya Uvacha, Maitreya said, Etavat, so much. Uktva, after speaking, Yarama was silent. Sankara, Lord Shiva, Padni, Angam Nasam, a destruction of the body of his wife. He, since Ubha Yatra, in both cases, Chintayan, understanding, Suhrit, the Dikshu, being anxious to see her relatives, Parisankita, being afraid, Bhavat of Shiva, Niskramati, moving out, Idvikshanti, moving in, Vidha, divided, Asa, was, Sa, she, Sati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. He said, Maitreya said, Lord Shiva was silent after speaking to Sati. Seeing her between decisions, Sati was very much anxious to see her relatives at her father's house. But at the same time, she was afraid of Lord Shiva's warning. Her mind unsettled, she moved in and out of the room as a swing moves this way and that. Purport. Sati's mind was divided about whether to go to her father's house or obey the orders of Lord Shiva. The struggle between the two decisions was so strong that she was pushed from one side of the room to another. And she began to move just like the pendulum of the clock.
And you can do one or two more verse, whatever way you feel.
Okay,
It is not a, yes.
okay, let's see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Mm.
First of all, I thank all of you present for this class, giving me a chance to associate with all of you. Very grateful to His Grace, Sukaka Krishna Prabhu,
No, Maharaj.
who is always very anxious to see that we are all engaged in Christian consciousness. Thank you for everything.
All the permission of Rameswar Prabhu, he is the president of Siva Sangam Yatra. So with his,
Now, obeisances to all of you.
Mm.
So there is something in this a whole chapter. A lesson we can learn. In this particular verse, my ceremony is speaking. Lord Shiva was silent after speaking to Sati, seeing her between decisions. Lord Shiva had spoken to his wife, a wisdom from a realized person who will not take conditions, a realized person. One who knows the truth. In the second verse, the word used for Lord Shiva, Prabhupada said, the word Apratip Purusam in this verse means one who has no equal. Lord Shiva has no equal. So Lord Shiva is speaking to his wife. One who has no equal means his word is absolute. And also, Apratip Purusha, the personality who has no rival. That is the position of Lord Shiva. So his word is wisdom, and it should be accepted without consideration. So when he spoke to his wife and seeing her reaction, we saw in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking Krishna, please, can you tell me just one thing so I can have a direction? In Papa said, well, Krishna had no intention of creating confusion for his student. But as a conditioned soul, we have a difficulty digesting something which is not suitable to our sense gratification. Something which is not suitable for our sense gratification, we have difficulty digesting it. And that becomes a very serious stumbling block. in our progress in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Lord Shiva was silent, seeing his wife had become divided into two. Sati has actually divided herself into two. One is inside, one is outside. Example is given as a pendulum. Pendulum is this way and that way. One should not consider the instruction of a bona fide representative of Krishna. One should not consider instruction. One must follow it immediately. One must follow immediately. We should not consider the instruction of a bona fide representative of Krishna. It should be followed completely. So when Lord Shiva saw his wife that she is divided and it's a great confusion, he stopped talking. He's an experienced speaker, Lord Shiva, very experienced, not an ordinary person. So he knows everything. So what is the history? What is the history behind this chapter 4? The history behind the chapter 4 is that when Lord Ramachandra was playing the pastime of a human being in the forest, and Lord Shiva and Sati, he came to the forest and they met Agastya Muni, who was very pleased to see them. Agastya Muni informed Lord Shiva that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, is physically present. He is physically present. Can you see me?
Yes,
Can you see me?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes, we can have your darshan
Yes,
now.
Maharaj.
We can have a darshan.
Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Maharaj.
We tried.
Hari Hari Bol.
trying to-
We can see the pure devotee, not only listen, we have to see the pure devotee.
So Agastya Muni, he told Lord Shiva that the Supreme Personality of God is right here in the forest. And that is a great fortune that they have come. So after having his darshan, he requested Lord Shiva and his wife to go and meet the Supreme Lord, Lord Ramachandra. Lord Shiva was very happy. So he left with his wife, Sati Devi, and they met Lord Ramachandra. When they met Lord Ramachandra, at that time, Lord Ramachandra was playing the pastime of the human being, so he was crying for Sita Devi. He was practically crying for Sita Devi. Lord Shiva, knowing who the Supreme Lord is, fell down flat to offer the obeisances to Lord. Wash the Supreme Lord's lotus feet. But Sati did not offer obeisances because she was worried. Is this the Supreme Lord crying for a woman? Can the Supreme Lord cry for a woman? Ordinary person should cry for a woman, and the scripture condemns a person who is controlled by a woman. How is it that the Supreme Person is crying for a woman helplessly like this? How can the Supreme Person of Godhead, who is the shelter of everyone and everything, be crying like this helplessly for a woman? But Ramachandra was not crying for a woman. He was expressing Vipralamba. That is what the Lord was exhibiting. But Sati couldn't comprehend that. So she was thinking, this is not the Supreme Lord. Our acharyas explained that Sita Abhirama, Lord Ramachandra give pleasure to Sita Devi. It is not that Sita Devi gives pleasure to Lord Ramachandra. It's a pleasure potency. He gives pleasure. Sita Abhirama, he gives pleasure to Sita Devi. So he cannot be crying woman. He is expressing the feelings of Vipalamba. That is what the Lord was expressing. But Sati couldn't comprehend that. So she did offer obeisances to the Supreme Lord. Lord Ramachandra is omniscient, the Supreme Person of God, he knows everything. He didn't say anything. For after Lord Shiva satisfied himself by having the divine supreme darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so he went back to his abode, Kailash. When they go to Kailash, Lord Shiva could see that his wife was still very disturbed. So Lord Shiva told Sati, because I'm your husband, you are not having respect for my word as it is. So I'll request you to go to Narada Muni. Please go to Narada Muni, and Narada Muni will explain to you the personality you saw in the forest. Go to Narada Muni. He will speak to you. He will be able to remove your ignorance. Sati took advantage of that situation, and she didn't go to Narada Muni. As her husband instructed her, she came back right down to the forest and stood in front of Lord Ramachandra to test him if he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As she was standing, then she changed herself into Sita Devi's form. Because Lakshman was in the front, Lakshman saw her. And she was about to say, Sita. But he noticed that the personality in his front does not have all the sentiment of Sita Devi. Therefore, he didn't say out a name. So he waited for Lord Machanda to confirm who is this person. So he waited, he kept quiet. Lord Machanda was crying, Sita, Sita, Sita. And when he came very close to Will, Sati disguised as Sita Devi. Lord Ramachandra came back to external consciousness and called her name. Sati, what are you doing in the forest alone without your husband? This is not correct. Please go back to your husband, Lord Shiva. As soon as he said this, Sati, disguised as Sita Devi, could see that the Lord had discovered her. She became ashamed and she came back to her personality, Sati. Brahmacharya chastised her. Go back to your husband. This is not correct behavior. You should act properly. This is wrong. Don't be here like this alone without your husband. Go back to your husband. So Sati was ashamed that the Lord discovered who she is. As Sati was leaving the forest back to her husband's abode, when she went up the air, she saw Lord Ramachandra, she saw Lakshmana, she saw Sita Devi, she saw Hanuman, she saw the host of demigods, and the Lord was on the throne, and all the demigods were worshiping him. When she looked down, she saw Ramachandra was crying for Sita Devi. She was very, very, very disturbed that she had done something. So she went back to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva also asked her, I told you to go to Narada Muni. You did not go to Narada. Instead, you went to taste my Lord. Have you gotten what you are looking for now? Are you satisfied? Making offenses to the Lord. Are you satisfied being offensive to the Lord? The result of that offense that Sati committed to Lord Ramachandra is what is happening now. The offenses which he committed to Lord Ramachandra, not accepting his supremacy, considering him to be ordinary person attached to a woman, is manifesting. The result is manifesting now that Lord Shiva, the husband, who has no proper say. The word aprati purusham used in this way means one who has no equal. And also, the word aprati purusha, the personality who has no rival. Since Lord Shiva could not be persuaded to give her permission, Sati took shelter of a woman's last weapon, weeping, which forces a husband to agree to the proposal of his wife. The contamination of the offenses she committed painted her consciousness dark. Therefore, she couldn't recognize her husband's absolute word. What is that? Do not go to a place you are not invited, even if they are your family members, your brother, your sister, your father, or whoever they may be. Do not go to the place you are not invited. Don't go to where you are not wanted. When people do not want you, people don't need you. They are not their favorite. They don't want you. Don't go there. It doesn't matter who the people are. Provided you are not needed in the place, you will not go there. Sati was clouded by the result of the offenses committed to Ramachandra. Therefore, she did not understand, she didn't honor the position of her husband. Sati was very much anxious to see her relatives at her father's house. That is the secondary thing. The primary thing is the offenses he has committed to Ramachandra. Therefore, she was put into difficulty. A sincere devotee who is fully surrendered to Krishna cannot be in anxiety. Why? Because the Lord is always present to help the devotee. So Krishna promised, my devotee shall never. That's Krishna's promise. My devotee shall never fail. My devotees are fully protected. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Das Kavara, Vrindavan Das Sakura said, every devotee has a Sudarshan Chakra standing behind him or her. Every devotee protected by Sudarshan Chakra of Krishna. So nothing can happen to a devotee. A devotee, one who is fully surrendered. So she, in a state of confusion, she's in dilemma. A devotee cannot be confused. A devotee cannot be bewildered. Because Lord Krishna in the heart is sitting there to guide the devotees at every given time. So Papa said in the Bhagavad Gita 10:11 purport, devotees cannot be in darkness. Devotees cannot be in darkness because Lord Krishna sits in the heart of the devotee to do what? To destroy the darkness born of ignorance in the heart of the devotees. That's Krishna's duty. So devotees cannot be blind. They cannot be in darkness. They cannot be in ignorance. Ignorance. Krishna is sitting there to help the devotee with the lamp of knowledge. Devotees are guided. So be bewildered, confused, and unsettled in mind means some contamination is there. That contamination is the offense he committed to Lord Ramachandra, thinking of him to be an ordinary person and then testing his personality because he doubted his supreme position. Because the Lord is playing the pastime of a human being. He's playing the pastime, testing with a lumber. She cannot be ordinary. So one who is not careful will not be able to see the transcendental position of the Supreme Personality of God and his pure representative. Therefore, Vyasadeva, Srila Vyasadeva, in the Mahabharata, he recommended one should not be a neophyte devotee should not be too close a king or a pure devotee should not be too close. Because we are going to see them as ordinary person and make a grave offense like what is it? So Sita is going to quit her body. Why? Because she did not follow the instruction of her husband and she has committed offense to the Supreme Personality of God. Therefore, some mind is divided. If one is not clear about something, it is our responsibility to ask a question for clarification. When we are in a situation we cannot take a decision, perfect decision ourselves, it is better for us to go to those who knows. And Lord Shiva is not an ordinary person. He has no rival. He has no equal. He is not conditioned. So his instruction, it is for our benefit or welfare. But when one is contaminated, one will not have this. Sati felt very sorry at being forbidden to go see her relatives at her father's house. And due to affection for them, tears fell from her eyes. Shaking and very much afflicted, she looked at her uncommon husband, Lord Shiva, as if she were going to blast him with her ambition. Purport. The word aprati purusham used in this verse means one who has no equal. Lord Shiva has no equal in the material world in regard to quality towards everyone. His wife Sati knew that her husband was equal towards everyone. So why in this case was he so unkind to his wife that he did not allow her to go to her father's house? We conditioned soul does not know what is good for us. But the Supreme Lord and his pure representative knows what is good for us. The duty of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, a sycophant cannot be a guru. Cannot be a teacher. A flatterer has no qualification to be a guru or a teacher. A flatterer. A pure devotee cannot be a flatterer. And it's against our Vaishnava etiquette. To flatter someone is against our Vaishnava etiquette. So, Mahadev, Lord Shiva, cannot be a flatterer. Therefore, he cannot compromise. He cannot just pamper the wife. He cannot just hide the truth because the woman is crying. No. If a child cries for poison, a responsible father cannot give it to him. A child can cry for a poison, but a responsible father cannot give poison to the child because he's crying that he wants it. Anyone who does like that is a psychopath. You know, the responsible person. So here, it is not that Lord Shiva is denying his wife of visiting the parent. Lord Shiva is not denying the wife visiting the parent. Lord Shiva is not against her going to see a relatives. Lord Shiva is concerned about the outcome of her going there because he knows past, present, and future. And it is our duty to follow those who knows. If we want to succeed, we should follow those who knows. If we follow what those who knows, we will never be into difficulty. And we will overcome all the unnecessary things that we may face in our progress in Christian consciousness. We will overcome them if we follow those who knows. So our system is parampara. If you follow parampara, we will surely meet with success. Because they are not making experiment. They are giving us the conclusion of what they know. So Lord Shiva is not against Sati going to see the parent. Lord Shiva knows what will happen there. So a student should never challenge the spiritual master. One who wants to be successful in Christian consciousness should never disobey, should never correct spiritual master, should never consider the spiritual master's instruction to be ordinary. One should follow it exactly. Anyone who wants to be successful in Christian consciousness must follow the spiritual master as it is. One who thinks that he knows better is in danger. This you should learn from the pastime Sati is having here with Lord Shiva. This distressed her more than she could tolerate, and she looked at her husband as if she were ready to blast him with a vision. This is an offense. This is an offense. One should never be angry with the superior who have our best interest in their heart and are guiding us for our own benefit. One who is angry with them is in danger. They will give us instruction not because the instruction the pure devotee will give to us, they will give to us, does not depend on our like or dislike. They give instruction based on what is good for us, what will help us to become a pure devotee like them. That's instruction they will give. They will not look at our face. They will give what is necessary. And it is our duty to follow them completely if we want to be successful. Failure to do that is devastating. It's devastating. It's an offense. In other words, seeing Lord Shiva is the Atma. Shiva also means Atma. It is indicated here that Sati was prepared to commit suicide. Yes, she is going to commit suicide because of the offenses she's making. Offenses are very, very dangerous. Offenses. Very, very, very dangerous, very destructive. Offenses, devastating. Any devotee who wants to make advancement in Krishna consciousness must be very, very careful, must be extremely careful about making offenses. It does not matter who the devotee is. It doesn't matter who the devotee is. We should be careful not to make offenses. Another meaning of the word Apratipurusha is a personality who has no rival. Seeing Lord Shiva could not be persuaded to give her permission. Sati took shelter of the woman's last meeting, weeping, which forces a husband to agree to the proposal of his wife. Lord Shiva cannot be overcome with mundane sentiments. He cannot be persuaded with mundane sentiments because he knows what is ahead. He cannot be persuaded with the mundane sentiment. The danger of disobeying the order of the spiritual master, it is fully displayed in this chapter, in this pastime of Sati, with Lord Shiva. Therefore, disciples should not think that the Guru should be giving us instruction about the thing we like to do. The pure devotees will give instructions about the things we need to do, the things we need to hear, not about things we need to do, we want to hear. They will not speak about the thing we want to hear. We will speak about the things we need to hear, the things we need to do. That is what Lord Shiva is doing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Amazing, wonderful Maharaj.
Exactly 956 Maharaj has completed.
Maharaj, very
comments?
nice. Maharaj, you
Any
laid the
questions?
emphasis. Yeah, Maharaj.
Well, you can
Maharaj,
tell, Prabhu.
Yeah, Maharaj laid emphasis on being very, very cautious and not performing any offenses. And a very nice example with Maharaj gave you. Maharaj, I have one question. You brought one point from Chaitanya Bhagavat where you said that the devotees are protected by Lord and Lord is standing with his Sudarshan Chakra.
Yes.
Right. So Maharaj, can you throw some more light on this? Some little more details that how is that like, expressed and how?
Yes, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, after Chaitanya Bhagavat, this is Antiakanda. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had accepted sannyas. Now he's going to Jagannath Puri. That time there's a fight between the Bengalis and Odisha. So traveling was very difficult that time. People were not traveling because they were very difficult. But the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going with the devotee and they were going to cross the river to go to that side. So the devotees were in the boats and they started kirtan. The boatman became very disturbed. So he told devotees, yes, today I'm sure to end my life. Because at this particular time, there's a war between these two families. The river itself, there are a lot of danger, ferocious fishes are there. On the land, ferocious, dangerous animals are there, and also the soldiers from the other side. When they see any person from the Bengali side, they will consider whoever the person is, they will consider the person to be enemy, be arrested and killed. And now, in the night, this kirtan is going, instead of going silently, there's a kirtan announcing their presence. The boatman said to them, certainly, it's my last day, I'm going to die. So he requested they would please stop the kirtan. And the devotee became very, like Sati now, became confused what to do. So we stop kirtan? The Supreme Lord is here. And the boatman says to stop kirtan. Like I said before, when devotees have difficulty, it is proper for us to consult those who know. Immediately the devotee look at the time for the order. So immediately Sitama will responded. Why do you fear? Whom do you fear? The Shuddha Chakra right here behind every one of you. Shuddha Chakra Krishna say, why do you fear? Whom do you fear when the Shuddha Chakra is right here? Whom do you fear? And the devotees very happy and they started the kirtan again. The boatman came quiet, didn't say anything again. He was silent and he continued. There were no fish, there were no animals, there were no soldiers to disturb the devotees, and the kirtan continued until they go to the other side, enter the
forest,
Odisha, and went to Jagannath Puri without any disturbance. Here, there's no danger for a devotee. Sudarshan Chakra is behind a devotee. We should be convinced about this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like Shiva here speaking, their word is absolute, and we have to have faith in their word completely. then we'll see the reaction. We'll see the reaction. So have faith.
Thank you, Maharaj. Just bless us so that we can develop such faith, Maharaj. It's very, very difficult. But by blessings of a pure devotee like you, certainly we can progress a bit in our devotional services.
I request us, Maharaj, every month one class for us, at least once in a month.
Hari bol,
Maharaj,
Hari bol.
Maharaj, this Sati Mataji, why she is not having full faith on husband Shiva? She knows that he's the controller and she's the controller as a lady. She's a Bahiranga Shakti, and so how she was not able to disobey and go.
Yes, they say familiarity breeds contempt.
Hmm.
And yes. So she is Lord Shiva's wife. Lord Shiva told her, because of your husband, so you are looking, you look down on me, but go to Narada Muni. He will be able to clear your doubt. Still, she didn't go there. She went to taste Brahmachandra. So she had the problem. And that is resulting for her committing suicide.
Maharaj, there is one question in chat also.
Yes.
Disha Mataji is writing that I have a question. Hare Krishna Maharaj, I have a question. Maharaj, because of me, my father is committing offense towards Vaishnavas. What I should do, Maharaj? I feel bad that because of me, my father making offense.
What are you doing that your father is making offenses?
Because she's coming for the programs, no? ISKCON, he doesn't like.
Well, that offense you cannot stop. You cannot do anything about it. So please continue to come for Krishna.
Hari bol. Thank you, Maharaj.
That is offense which you cannot avoid. So please make the offense by coming regularly for program. If you are,
Hari bol.
you are not going to a hotel, you are not going to unnecessary places, you are coming to Krishna. Any offense, Krishna will not take it. Please come to Krishna.
Hari bol. Hari bol. Hari bol.
We should never have any place to go than Krishna. So coming to Krishna is absolutely necessary. So please come to Krishna and don't worry about the further offenses.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you for such a wonderful answer and inspiring all of us, motivating all of us to be
And
sincere.
spontaneous answer, spontaneously. It's
Yes.
from the heart.
Hari,
Any
Hari
other
bol.
question from devotees? You can ask Prabhus and Matajis. Daniela Omodevi Mataji from Mauritius, I think. Sarab, any other questions? Ram Prakash Prabhu, Mauritius. Navavrinda Mataji, so many good devotees. Chandra Korikina Mataji, any questions?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Kindly accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, you mentioned about we have to be very careful about the offenses. In 10 offenses, blasphemy for the pure devotees mentioned. So does it apply to Kanishta and Madhyam Adhikari also? Sometime by the influence of material modes of nature, thoughts come in mind. Although we immediately repent, does it also count as an offense to the devotee?
If we immediately correct ourselves, that is very, very good. Very good. We should do like that. The moment we realize the mind has gone out of the way and making offensive devotee, and we realize that and correct ourselves, feel sorry, that is very good. So we will be held by Krishna by doing that. But as the first question you asked, yes, it does not matter. I mentioned it before in the class. It doesn't matter who we are making the offenses to. Kanista, Madhyam, Uttam Bhakta, offense is offense. The only difference is if the devotee is Uttam Bhakta, the gravity of the offense is more. According to the level of that person, that would be the level of the gravity of the offense the result of that offense are going to get. And when you look at the fourth canto of fourth canto of Bhagavatam, it has three divisions: ignorance, passion, and goodness. This fourth canto. Ignorance, this is section, daksha. Section, is ignorance. The passion section is Dhruva Maharaj. And the goodness section is Prithu Maharaj.
Jai.
So we are dealing with passion.
Ignorance right now.
In ignorance, yeah, look at the offenses Sati committed. In the mode of in the mode of passion, the section Dhruva Maharaj, when Dhruva Maharaj was offended by his stepmother Suruchi, that time he was just a prince. But when he became a pure devotee, the reaction acted upon his stepmother and his brother.
Jai.
Both of them died because of the offenses they committed to him when he was a prince. So the result is there. It doesn't matter who the person is. Even if he's a non-devotee, we will get reaction from it. So we have to be careful with breaking offenses.
It can come up later also. So we should be careful. Then we could devote his future and we'll get the punishment at that time.
It will manifest. So you make offense to a neophyte devotee today, when he becomes pure devotee tomorrow, it will manifest fully. Like in the case of Dhruva Maharaj.
Dhruva Maharaj.
The result came out fully. So not only the sister mother left the body, his stepbrother also died as a result of the offenses the mother committed.
Maharaj, these 6 offenses, Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. The Kama, the lust, we can dovetail by marrying somebody and by chanting Garbhadha Samskar. So Anartha becomes actually a devotional service when we do sex in the proper sense. Krodha, Hanuman did angry and he burned this one. That was not offense because dovetail. He did it for the pleasure of the Lord. Moha, Kama, Krodha, Moha. And the Moha is greed. We can have greed, laulyam for Bhagavatam. That second is dovetail if we are doing for spiritual life.
Yes.
Then Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, illusion. Illusion, Yashodamaya got illusion by seeing Krishna eating mud and she could see inside. And so that illusion is again spiritualized. And mother, pride. Prabhupada went in the plane and everybody said, "You're going in plane." He said, "I'm son of the Supreme Lord. I will go in plane. I'll go in first class." But Maharaj, this Matsarya, the Irsha or the envy, that what to do? That Krishna want, we cannot dovetail. Now we can dovetail Irsha.
Okay, it is our child mentioned that envy is the one we cannot dovetail. Of all these dangerous thieves, armed robbers, all these, but not a call, I call them armed robbers. All of them, it is said that only envy we cannot offer. That is how contaminated envy is.
So how to get rid of that? It is there in the human body. We are having envious, though we know we are not to get, but it comes. How to get rid of that?
Shishupal got it because he has connection with Krishna. His envy was towards Krishna. He got it. He got liberated. And Pandarukasura, Lord Krishna gave him Vaikuntha because he was so envious of Krishna that he declared himself to be Narayan. That is the level of his envy. But because it has connection with Krishna, he will constantly think of Krishna, think of the Narayan. Narayan. So he's Narayan. So Krishna gave him that position. So if he has connection with Krishna, then one will get purification. Shishupal, you don't go immediately. He has to go for the better purification because his envy was contaminated. But Pandorika Shura, he went to Vaikuntha. So if he has connection with Krishna, they will get purified.
Hari Bol.
But how we should get it for us fallen souls? Envy, how to remove envy in the life?
That is why we are doing devotional service. A devotional service will purify us. When you humble ourselves before a person whom we envy, we will get purified.
So do we have to glorify him? Those who are feeling envy, we just glorify him. He's
If we are
great.
envious of a person, we serve the person. If we serve the person we envy, we will get purified. So we are doing devotional service. We are trying to serve Lord Krishna. So we are getting purified.
Maharaj, it is written that if you envy somebody, means you are envying Krishna. If you have envy anyone, because everybody is a Mamai Vamsa Jivaloka, is it we are envying Krishna indirectly because it is his product.
Yes, we are getting purified. Although the envy is there, so we don't give ourselves fully to Krishna, but gradually we are getting purified, and eventually we will surrender fully to Krishna.
One of the devotees, very senior devotee, I'm not giving the name, he told that I want to go to Vrindavan. What I heard that they're teaching something that we are not from the spiritual world, we are from here only. It is just, they're telling we were there and we'll come and we'll go back. Even a leaf will not form from Vaikuntha. So, like that, I'm going. I said, don't go and confuse yourself. Prabhupada has taught us something, just be with that. No, there's something beyond which is there to learn. So I got confused by this statement. Not even a leaf will form from Vaikuntha, like he told.
We should engage ourselves seriously in bhakti. We'll get purified from the envy we have. That's the solution. We should hear Bhagavatam regularly.
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj's time is very precious because he sleeps early and gets up at 12:30. I was really shocked. Maharaj gets up at 12:30 and from 2 to 4 his chanting is over. Maharaj, give some tips, Maharaj, how we can change our life.
All right, I have another class in 15 minutes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj.
We are so lucky and fortunate to have His Holiness
Bhakti Damodar Swami
Bhakti
Maharaj.
Tirtha Damodar Swami Maharaj ki jai. And
Jai.
we request you, Maharaj, every month, one day in a month, if you can give us, it will be very, very great, Maharaj, in UAE, in Ajman.
No problem. No problem. We are here to serve.
Hari Bol.
Thank you. So every
Let's
canto will have Maharaj in one chapter. Every chapter Maharaj will contribute. Because you really revise the whole thing, Maharaj. When you take the class, the whole thing is touched. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
We'll say chant 3 times for Maharaj, 3 times for Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare.
Thank you, Prabhupada.
Rashtra Jagannath Prabhu has come. Thank you, Prabhu, coming. Maharaj, please give prayers for our Guru Maharaj also, he's in the hospital recovering now, and he's planning to go to Bangalore for a temple opening. He's telling, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. I can go, he's telling today.
Yes, we'll make the prayer. Make prayers. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare
Thank you, Maharaj.
Jai.
Vanchakalpatarpushpa sindhubhyev cha pattanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Anantagoti Vaishnavande ki
Thank you,
jai,
Asya
Srila
Jagannath
Prabhupada
Prabhu.
ki jai, Srila
You
Guru
come.
Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you. Jagastek. Maharaj will call everyone once. Please, Ajit Prabhu, tell me which we should call in the beginning or end of the chapter. We'll do the summary.
Sure, Prabhuji. We will. Thank you everyone for joining this.
Thank you, everybody.
Really wonderful.
Almost 40
Thanks for your
devotees are there.
assist.
40 devotees.
Hare bol. Thanks, Sukha Prabhu. Thanks for arranging. Thanks for calling
Thank
Maharaj.
you, Prabhu.
Hare
Because this 4th chapter beginning, now next is your class.
Hare bol.
Ram Prakash Prabhu, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
everybody, all of you.
I'm ending
We'll
this.
keep informing every month when Maharaj comes. So be with us. Maharaj want to see 100. Today he said, I want 100 in your board. So from morning I've been calling everybody, please come, please come. So it is better than last time. Last time was 34. Today I think
Hare bol.
41 came. 41 came. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, everybody. So we request all of you to please be with us, support us. Every day we have got Bhagavatam class, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Same link, same Zoom. Please join us. Sati Devi Dasi Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji. Please come.
Hare
Every day we are.
Yes.
Mataji, you are from which part of the world?
I'm from
Mauritius.
America, but I used to live in Nigeria with Maharaj. I was there for 7 years in Africa.
Hare
And I was in
bol. Hare
Ghana
bol.
too. So like that. But I'm back in America now.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was also
Mataji.
in Nigeria and Lagos with Maharaj. There only I met him. So Mataji, you may be knowing bonjour, comment ça va, comment allez-vous. In French also, in the Nigeria, the French is there.
Small. I used to speak Twi when I was in Ghana, and I'll speak a little bit Yoruba.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Please give us your blessings and please be with us because if you can give your number, we can invite you for class. You can give a class for us in Bhagavatam. We want all part of the world to come. Prabhuji, how do we take her number?
Mataji can spell it and then
My
When
number.
you
yes,
spell
we
the
can.
number, Mataji, we'll just invite you.
What's one? 601.
Oh, can you note down?
662. Yes. 601.
601 569 0583.
It's +1, right, Mataji? In starting. +1 661 569 0583.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you,
Sati
Mataji.
Devi Dasi Mataji.
Thank you.
Mataji, you are
Thank you,
disciple of which Maharaj? Bhakti Dev Damodar Maharaj Pandit?
Back to dear Damarga Swami.
Yeah.
Hare
Actually, this
bol.
Maharaj is really pure devotee. Yeah, I could understand the way he sleeps at 12:30, Prabhu. I was really shocked and gets up at 2 o'clock. No, 12:30 wakes up. He sleeps at 7.
So Mataji, if you have 5 minutes, can you just glorify Maharaj and tell some
Yeah,
of
can
his
you please tell something,
special
his
pastimes
pastimes
or
or
something?
we can hear.
Let me go outside where it's quiet. Let's see. Remember so much to see Africa. Just that he always cared for me when I was there. Like he always made sure, because I'm in a white body and I was always in temple with many black bodies, and the conditions were not so nice for me. So he always made sure that I was taken care of. Anything I needed, he made sure I was taken care of, and always a father to me. And he would always treat me like he'd take me to all the temples to visit all the devotees, and I saw the temples in Nigeria. So it was very sweet being there. And even now, like being in America, he's always communicating very nicely and always making sure that he hears my WhatsApps and my messages and making sure he takes care of me. I'll try to think. You caught me on the spot. I'll try to think of something nice to tell like a pastime, but I can't. Oh, there's one time with I can tell things about me. Like I remember there was one time I saw his shoes yesterday. There was one time he was going to India, and I was praying for his shoes. Like I wanted to take care of his shoes, and he had another pair of shoes. So I remember that time he left for India. He took a different pair of shoes, and he left his shoes behind. And so while he was down in India, I took his shoes and I put them by my door, and I washed them every day and offered prayers to them and offered flowers to him every day while he was gone. So I remember when that happened. That was very sweet
Hari
for
Hari
me.
bol. So fortunate, Mataji.
Mataji, you are so dedicated, Mataji. The real Guru Bhakti. You are the shoes.
So yeah, he always makes sure I'm taken care of, and like that.
Wonderful,
Maharaj
wonderful,
is
Mataji.
so good in classes, Bhakti, Shastri, Bhakti, Vaibhav, everything is teaching in. And he has learned Bengali, he has learned Hindi.
Hari Hari bol.
Maharaj,
Thank you,
Prabhu,
Mataji.
you also get connected to Maharaj. He will always reply, bless you. When you're in trouble, you call. I'll pray for you now. My mother is not well. He said, I'm praying now directly to Krishna for your mother, he told me in the morning.
Hari bol.
And she's
Hari
better
bol.
now.
Yeah.
She's better now. Oh, so Maharaj, I think, says, you are God. You are my God. No, I am not God.
Hmm.
But you can
Hari
see the
Hari
pure devotee, the way he takes class, it was so
Exactly.
eloquent, 9:56
Wonderful.
class is over. Mataji, please be with us. Every day we have the same time, 9 o'clock
Okay.
to 10 o'clock IST. If you can be with us, it will be very nice so that you
Yes.
can bless us.
Okay.
We can see Maharaj's blessing on you too much. You can see the effulgence coming from your face.
Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Okay,
so
Prabhu.
much.
Then we end it. It's getting late here.
Sati Devi Dasi Mataji ki jai ho.
Jai
Thank
ho.
you, Mataji.
Jai ho.
Hare
So
Krishna.
you
Thank
can
you,
send the
Mataji.
number to me also. I'll just store it.
Yes, I will send it, Prabhu. Okay,
And
thank
this
you, Mataji.
recording,
Hare Krishna.
this recording also sent to me.
Yeah,
Prabhu.
it's
Sent to
okay.
all.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna. Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, all the devotees. Already now 14 devotees are there. Thank you, Sonali Mataji. Thank you, Suprabha, Sumitra Mataji. Thank you, Gauri Mataji. Thank you, Manish Gupta Prabhu. Thank you, Venkatesh Bhandari Prabhu. And Momita Mataji. Bhalo ache, namaskar. Virinder Prabhu, Chitra, Subramaniam Bhanakam, Saukyama, Achinta Rupadas Prabhu. Then Rasavan Das Prabhu, Virender Pandu Prabhu. Prabhu. Thank you, Chitra Mataji. Please come every day. The class is there. Every day, 9 to 10.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sure,
Hare
Prabhuji. Class was amazing, Prabhuji.
Super Andalya.
Amam, Prabhuji.
நீங்க daily
Prabhuji,
வாங்கோ.
I have a small doubt, Prabhuji. நீங்க இப்ப இந்த இனிஷியேஷன் குரு மகாராஜ் வராங்க என்னோட மாயாப்பூர்ல இருந்து பேப்பர் எல்லாம் கிளியர் ஆகி இன்டர்வியூ எல்லாம் ஆயிடுத்து. பட் நான் சப்மிட் பண்ணிருந்த மேங்களூர் டெம்பிள் மூலமா அது பேப்பர்ஸ் பெங்களூருக்கு டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ண முடியுமா பிரபுஜி?
ஓஹோ, என்னோட நம்பர் எடுத்துங்க, நாளை கூப்பிடுங்க. 988
Yes, Prabhuji. 988
40 14934.
Once again, 988 40
14